Hey there fans, and welcome back to Footy Today. Our topics we'll be covering are Roy Keane pulling no punches once again, this time delivering a brutal verdict on one England star. Then Manchester United legend Brian Robson takes aim at Marcus Rashford, questioning his form and effort with a brutal dig. Meanwhile, Juventus could be set for a shock move, as manager Roberto Mancini is open to a short-term deal as Motta edges closer to the exit. And finally, Nottingham Forest are lining up a record-breaking move for a Wolverhampton star. Links to the original articles are in the description box below. Okay, so let's get started. Roy Keane believes Phil Foden could be on the verge of losing his England spot after a flat display in the 2-0 victory over Albania. Despite goals from Miles Lewis-Kelly and Harry Kane, it was the lack of impact from Foden and Rashford that caught attention, with Tuchel admitting he expected more aggression from his wingers. Tuchel called for direct runs and dribbling qualities England's wide men didn't really show on the night. Ian Wright didn't hold back either, suggesting both Foden and Rashford were lucky to even make Tuchel's first team squad based on their current form. Wright pointed out the sideways passing, blind runs, hinting it's an open door for other wide players to state their claim. Keane doubled down, saying Foden looks drained of confidence and no longer feels like a player you expect to make something happen. He added that against a poor Albanian side, not testing the goalkeeper or creating chances is simply not good enough for players of their quality. Moving on, Manchester United legend Brian Robson isn't convinced by Marcus Rashford's sudden revival at Aston Villa. After falling out of favour under Ruben Amorim, Rashford was shipped out on loan when no club would meet United's £50 million price tag or his hefty wages. The only club that came calling for Rashford was Aston Villa. However, Rashford looks like a player reborn now. It's even called him a recall to the England squad under Thomas Tuchel. United legend Robson was not buying the narrative that Rashford is only now enjoying his football. He's questioning why this wasn't the case at United. Robson said he simply thinks that playing for a club like United should be motivation enough to perform. He also admits Rashford's talent is undeniable, but insists that he should have been delivering at Old Trafford way before Aston Villa's loan spell. With Villa getting the best out of him, the big question now is what has really changed for Rashford, the club or his mindset? So we move on to Juventus, who could be on the verge of a major shakeup, with Roberto Mancini now leading the race to replace Thiago Motta. Despite public backing from the club's hierarchy, Motta's future hangs by a thread after a string of disappointing performances. Reports suggest Motta's got one last shot, as Juventus may pull the trigger right after their clash with Genoa if they fail to win. Roberto Mancini is open to a short-term deal, but there's a catch: he'll only stay and extend if Juventus secure Champions League football. The club are also eyeing Igor Tudor as a backup if a quick change is needed. Looking ahead, big names like Antonio Conte, Gasperini and Stefano Pioli are all on Juventus' summer radar. For now though, everything rides on that top 4 finish. Failure could spark a complete reset. The question is, will Juventus gamble on a short-term fix on Roberto Mancini, or are they quietly planning a full-scale rebuild? Now on to our last story. Nottingham Forest are setting their sights high, and Wolverhampton star Matheus Cunha is firmly on their radar. With European football in reach, Forest are quietly preparing a summer move that could shatter their transfer record, as Cunha's release clause sits at a hefty £63 million. It's bold considering Cunha is drawing interest from the likes of Arsenal, United, Liverpool and even the Saudi Pro League. But word is the Brazilian prefers to stay in Europe. Forest have been in contact with this camp since January and surprisingly haven't been discouraged. What sets them apart? Familiar faces Cunha knows: Danilo from Brazil and Nuno Espirito Santo adds a voice on the sidelines as they both speak the same language. Plus, staying in the Midlands means minimal disruption, something most big clubs can't offer. For Forest, this isn't just a marquee signing, it's a signal they're ready to stop surviving and start competing. That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, it really helps us out. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and feel free to share your thoughts on these stories in the comments below. Also, let us know which team you support so we can tailor future videos to cover the latest updates and news about your club. And while you're here, why not check out our previous videos? We break down the biggest daily stories in a quick, easy to digest format. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.